We will now look over to our Kraken here, who played 4 games over the stretch of the past week. And I mean, there's some good things in here and there's some bad things. I guess we'll start with the bad. In the October 17th Monday matchup versus the Carolina Hurricanes, a 5-1 loss. Hard to take a lot from a 5-1 loss. Player of the game forward, Andre Burakovsky. Burakovsky, 1 goal, 1 point, 1 shot, 2 hits, and 1 takeaway. We move over here to the final game of the 3-game homestand, the opening homestand of the regular season, October 19th versus the St. Louis Blues. An unfortunate 4-3 loss in overtime. So Seattle was able to come back after being down by 2 goals after the first period, tie things up, send it to overtime. But then you make another bad turnover in your own D zone and give up that goal in overtime. We have 2 players of the game for this one. Forward Alex Wenberg, recording 2 assists, 2 points, a 2+-, 1 shot, and 1 takeaway. Player of the game number 2, Oliver Bjorkstrand, another Swedish player. He records a nearly similar, identical stat line: 2 assists, 2 points, a 2+-, and 2 hits on the night. The team then heads on the road for a 2-game trip before returning home to Climate Pledge Arena, October 21st at the Colorado Avalanche, the defending champion Colorado Avalanche that still have a ton of talent. Seattle wins that game 3-2. Player of the game forward, Jared McCann, 1 goal, 1 assist, 2 points, 5 shots for Canner on the night in an upset of one of the best teams in the league, coming off of a 3-game losing streak. You head into Chicago. The Blackhawks are a team that are expected to tank throughout the year. And on October 23rd, on a Sunday morning game, you'll lose to them 5-4. 5-4 in regulation. 9 goals between the two. I got a notification from Fox Sports. Their prediction for the match was that this would be a low-scoring game. Player of the game for Jared McCann, 1 goal, 1 assist, 2 points, 4 shots. Yeah, I don't know what to tell you. This was a game that Seattle they didn't really have it in the bag, but you look at it, if you play smart defensively, if you have a decent, competent defensive showing in this one, you win this game pretty easily. It's the same trend throughout most of this year. Seattle's offense is doing good, but their defense is just so much of a hindrance that it doesn't really matter. So yeah, really tough to see that sort of loss. But at this point, you've got to take the day off, and then come back tomorrow and play Buffalo. So we look at player of the week here. I went with Jared McCann. Canner, 2 goals, 3 assists, 5 points on 9 total shots. That's a pretty solid week for Jared, who's got 3 goals to begin the year so far. At this pace, he could break his record from last year. But yeah, again, it's the offense. The offense continues to struggle, while the defense. Well, no, pardon me. The defense continues to struggle while the offense is pulling their own weight, which is odd to hear for this Kraken team. We have some injury and roster-related news. In that win over Colorado, unfortunately, Philip Grubauer left the game with a lower body injury and is considered day-to-day, but was not placed on injured reserve. So interested to see how long that timeline is for Grubauer. On the 22nd, forward Yanni Gourde was removed from the team's NHL roster due to personal reasons, but is expected to join the team tomorrow for their game against Buffalo, which is interesting because Yanni just left the roster and nobody really knew why. They didn't know if maybe it was COVID or an injury, but it was listed as personal reasons and hoping that nothing too serious is going on and that Yanni is able to join the team tomorrow. So in other team-related news, on the 19th, Alex Wenberg recorded his 200th career NHL assist in the game against the Blues. So congratulations to Wenberg there. We'll get some other kind of non-important stuff out of the way before we show you the reverse retro jerseys for the Kraken that they'll be wearing and get your thoughts on those. On the 20th, the team placed defenseman Michael Kempney on unconditional waivers. The next day, he would clear waivers and his contract would be terminated. And then on the 20th as well, the team recalled goaltender Joey Decord from the Coachella Valley Firebirds in response to the Grubauer news. So we got that all the way. Now we'll get to the images of the reverse retro jersey that's being released. It does pay homage to the PCHL Seattle Ironmen. We'll put a photo of that on the screen first, the PCHL Seattle Ironmen, so you can get an idea of the inspiration for these jerseys. You note the stars. I wish that they had kept the stars in their design, but I digress. I am not the one designing these things. I don't get paid for that. Here are the official colors. I think it's solid. Some people would have liked to see the colors flipped on this. I think the block letters are a nice touch. I won't be rushing to go and buy one, but it's solid. Maybe I get my discount on it, so maybe I will. But this is the official Kraken reverse retro jersey. The Kraken still have a alternate jersey to be released, and at some point they will play an outdoor game and they will have their outdoor jerseys. So I don't know. Let me know what you think about it. I think it's okay. I don't think it's great. I don't think it's bad. I think it's okay. So we look at some league-related news here. On the 19th, the NHL released its DEI report results. The findings of the league's inaugural diversity and inclusion report share that just over 83% of its employees are white. We look at the team's record and standings as we finish up our Kraken segment here. Seattle has a 2-win, 3-loss, 2 overtime loss record. That is good for third in the Pacific Division with 6 points. The upcoming schedule for Seattle is October 25th versus the Buffalo Sabres at 7 o'clock PST. October 27th versus the Vancouver Canucks at 7 PST, and then October 29th versus the Pittsburgh Penguins at 7 o'clock PST. So tough little homestand here against some good teams. Buffalo's got talent. Vancouver's coming in struggling in their early season. Fans were throwing their jerseys on the ice. I feel like that could be a trap game as you try to continue your spot at third in the Pacific Division. I don't know how long that'll last, but you've got that, and then you've got the Penguins game, which Pittsburgh's been a historically good team, and I expect them to bring a good fight to this team. I believe the last time the two teams played here in Seattle was a 6-goal thrashing of our Kraken, so hopefully not going to repeat that this upcoming game.